everyone, I'm sure you're all aware that every application that we use today has something called the front end, which is the user interface, and the back end, which is the software that accesses data for us, and finally we have the database to store the data. Now these three together form something called as the full stack. So hi guys, welcome to this video on what is full stack by Simplilearn. But before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to our channel already, make sure to hit the subscribe button and the bell icon to never miss an update. So here's what's in store for you. First, we'll have a look at what front-end development is. Then we'll see some of the front-end languages. Then we'll move on to some front-end libraries and frameworks. Then we'll see what back-end development is, understand some of the popularly used back-end languages and frameworks. And finally, we'll have a look at the database. So now what exactly is front end? Every time you open a website, it has several UI components. And once you click on a particular icon, say sign in this case, you get navigated to the sign in or the login page, right? So what happens is that all of these items facilitate navigation and utility. These are collectively called as the front end. So the front end is the visible part of the website or the web application which is responsible for user experience. The user directly interacts with the front end portion of the website or the web application. So now let's have a look at some of the front end languages. So I'm sure you've heard of HTML, CSS and JavaScript. So these are collectively called the front end languages. When it comes to HTML, it defines the structure of websites and formats the web pages. It also defines text documentation. So let's look at a simple example.
If getting your learning started is half the battle, what if you could do that for free? Visit SkillUp by Simplilearn. Click on the link in the description to know more.
So here I've made use of the h1 tag, which is the heading tag in HTML, and I've displayed the message hello welcome. So correspondingly, my website displays the same message. So HTML is responsible or it defines what is being shown on the website. Next up is CSS. Now CSS is a style sheet that allows you to alter and style different web components, be it size, font, spacing, etc. It makes the content on the website look more decorative, correct? So now if you have a look at the code here, I've added some styling. I've changed the font style to italic. I've made the text bold and I've changed the color to red. And again, correspondingly, all the changes are seen on the website. Moving on, we have JavaScript. Now, JavaScript is a very powerful client-side scripting language, and it is mainly used for enhancing the interaction of a user with the web page. So again, if you have a look at the code here, I've created a form wherein the user can enter their name. And I've also displayed the message, please enter your name. As a result, an input box is made available where the user can type in their name. Now this is facilitated by JavaScript. So as I mentioned earlier, it is used to make web pages interactive and bring the web applications to life. So next, let's have a look at some front-end frameworks and libraries. Now most of these are JavaScript frameworks and libraries. First we have React, then there's Angular, there's Vue, there's jQuery, and then there's Bootstrap. Now all of these help develop the front end of the application. However, when it comes to React, Angular and Vue, it's not necessary that you must know everything to create a website. One of them will be sufficient. However, the usage of React is on the rise and most of the developers prefer using React. jQuery and Bootstrap are also powerful frameworks that can be used to create interactive web pages. Now that you know what front-end development is, you must be wondering how the data is being fetched and how this data is being presented in front of you on your screen, correct? Now this is all facilitated by the back end of the application. So let's understand what back-end development is. Now back-end basically refers to the server-side development of the application. It is responsible for managing all the database with the help of queries and APIs. So every time the user makes a request, it queries the database and retrieves the data from the database and presents it to the user. And lastly, it ensures data consistency. So now let's have a look at some backend languages and frameworks. Firstly, we have Node. Node and Express.js are packages provided by JavaScript. Then there's Python, which is a very popularly used language. Python frameworks like Django and Flask are popularly used to create the backend of applications. Then there's Java, and Java provides Spring and Java Server faces, which are also used for backend development. Then there's C#, which provides frameworks like ASP.NET Core and ASP.NET MVC. And other popularly used backend languages are PHP, there's Perl, and Ruby. Database is the collection of interrelated data which helps in efficient retrieval, insertion, and deletion of data from database and organizes the data in the form of tables, views, schemas, reports. Now, some of the commonly used database management systems are MySQL, there's PostgreSQL, there's Microsoft SQL Server, there's Oracle Database, and then there's MongoDB. But how can we at Simplilearn help you? If you wish to make a career as a full stack developer, then a certification will come in handy. For that, you could head to our official website and look for full stack development courses. Now, we offer the full stack Java Developer Masters program. We also provide the postgraduate program in full stack web development, and we also provide the full stack web developer mean stack masters program. You can go ahead and click on the program and have a look at the overview. If this suits your requirements, you can go ahead and purchase the course. So with that, we come to the end of this video. If you found this video helpful, then please like it.